Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to The Walk. Today is Tuesday, December 10th, and today we are talking more about Ezekiel. We are up to Ezekiel 25. That means that on yesterday, we were officially halfway through Ezekiel. We started this adventure the first week of July, and we are just now halfway. We're doing a very, very deep dive. So we are up to Ezekiel 25, and the ESV Fire Study Bible had a note for chapters 25 through chapters 32. So these next, 6, 7, 8 chapters are all, or 7 chapters, are all about what this note is about. These chapters contain prophecies against 7 nations that were hostile to God, his commands, and his people. Ezekiel reveals these in 8 chapters, it was 8 chapters, that in the truest sense of nations are accountable to God and that worldly powers will never destroy or prevent his plan of salvation. Though the ungodly forces in the world sometimes seem victorious, the day is coming when God will judge all and destroy all wicked nations and bless his faithful people with the full benefits of spiritual salvation. So this first prophecy is a prophecy against Ammon. And when we talk about the Ammonites, those are the people that are from Ammon. And that's spelled A-M-M-O-N. In the Apologetics Study Bible, there was a note for chapter 25, verses 1 through 7. And it says, Ezekiel's message against the nations are similar to those found in Isaiah 13, 1 to 23, Isaiah 18, Jeremiah 46, 1 to 51, Jeremiah 64, and Amos 1, verse 3 to 2, verse 3. They affirm that all nations who oppose God and his people will be judged. God chose these nations for a particular reason. Each of the first 3 was a blood relative of the Israelites. Each had become bitter enemies of God and his people. The Ammonites were the descendants of Lot, from an incestuous relationship with his younger daughter. The speech against them is a continuation of the previous message in Ezekiel 21, verses 28 to 32. The Ammonites were known for cruelty, idolatries, pride, and hatred for Israel. Verses 25 to I'll come back to that. So we're going into chapter 25 here, and this is all about the Ammonites, and what are they guilty of? Cruelty, idolatries, and pride and hatred for Israel. Keep in mind, they are technically related to the Israelites, but they're descended from Lot, which was that incestual relationship. The word of the Lord came to me. Son of man, set your face toward the Ammonites, prophesy against them. Say to the Ammonites, hear the word of the Lord. Thus says the Lord God, because you said, aha, over my sanctuary when it was profaned, and over the land of Israel when it was made desolate, and over the house of Judah when they went into exile. Therefore, behold, I am handing you over to the people of the east for a possession, and they shall set their encampments among you, and make their dwellings in your midst. They shall eat your fruit, and they shall drink your milk. In the ESV Fire Study Bible, they had a note about these Ammonites. They were living east of Israel, and God judged them for being happy about Jerusalem's fall. So then we come to verse 4, and it's going to refer to these people of the east. Now, the Fire Study Bible said these people were most likely the Babylonian army. In the Cultural Study Bible, it said, in this prophecy against Ammon, Judah's neighbor across the Jordan River, southeast of Jerusalem, the expression people of the east refers to dwelling Arabic nomads in the Syro-Arabian desert. Their incursions were a constant threat to the settled populations on which they bordered. In Jeremiah 49:28, they are identified with the Arab tribe of the Kedarites, who were in turn destroyed by Nebuchadnezzar in the 6th century. Now, what does this milk refer to? It represents a staple food of nomadic herdsmen. In the Egyptian story of Sinu, while exiled among nomadic Budian tribes, the Egyptian official was supplied with milk in every kind of cooking. The standard benediction is that one should enjoy the fruit of one's own labors and vineyards. In this case, however, what has been worked for will become the property of invaders. So they've worked very hard for these resources, and these resources are going to belong to the people that are invading them. Verse 5, I will make Rabbah a pasture for camels and Ammon a fold for flocks. Then you will know that I am the Lord. For thus says the Lord God, because you have clapped your hands and stamped your feet and rejoiced with all the malice within your soul against the land of Israel. Therefore, behold, I have stretched out my hand against you and will hand you over as plunder to the nations. And I will cut you off from the peoples and will make you perish out of the countries. I will destroy you. Then you will know that I am the Lord. So God is making it very clear to the people that they are not being destroyed by the Babylonians. They are being destroyed because the Lord is sending the Babylonians to do it. It's all part of God's sovereignty. We have to remember that God has that sovereignty over our lives as well. And we don't really need to, it can be a very fearful thing, but it can also be a very comforting thing that someone who has so much strength, so much majesty, so much authority over the universe, not just the world, has you in his hand, and he's going to do what it takes to keep you on a track of glorifying him. He's going to guide you and direct you, and there's a lot of beauty and love in that. Have a wonderful day. God bless, and keep walking the walk.